Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Virgo April 25, 2022. The Sun moves into your communications sector today, jump-starting a cycle of curiosity, learning, and mental activity in your life that lasts until May 20th. It's an excellent month for trying out new ideas, learning new things or developing current studies and interests, and reaching out to others to keep in touch. It's a good time to pick up interesting information and an excellent period for introducing more variety into your life. Because demands on you, and your interests, can be very diverse during this cycle, it can be challenging to work on a particular project with an exclusive focus. However, this cycle is more about discovery and branching out than specializing. Today is good for pursuing a project with real long-term potential. Getting to the heart of what you truly want and value seems to come naturally right now, making setting priorities much more straightforward. Don't be afraid to put your romantic feelings on display. After all, the moon, celestial ruler of your romantic fifth house of love, passion, and pleasure, will shift into spontaneous Capricorn and your 10th house of authority, reputation, and legacy in the world today. Falling for someone in the C-suite? Maybe this person is older than you, or a fellow colleague in your workplace. The Sun's shift into sensually driven Taurus, and your curious communication sector brings greater emphasis to themes surrounding the strategy behind your approach to love, even if it's a specific mindset that isn't serving you. What will come out of work-related conversations? Today, the Sun leaves Aries and enters Taurus, slowing your roll. Instead of with a fiery charge, you are encouraged to stop and smell the roses. Taurus season is focused on having productive, sensible conversations. Wild ideas and far-fetched conversations are a thing of the past. You can now enter your immediate work groups with a determined mindset and desire for stability. What you say in conversation could even result in gradual changes in your workplace. Be sure to share your opinions when it feels right to do so. Don't be surprised if you have bursts of inspiration today. You can expect to be especially efficient, and your imagination will conjure up all sorts of new and interesting ideas for projects. Since you are highly intuitive right now, communication will be open and congenial. You are so receptive to the thoughts of others that you are able to anticipate their needs. Not surprisingly, this makes you popular indeed. To put it mildly, you are somewhat overwhelmed with what is expected of you. There are frequent misunderstandings, especially with relatives and friends. To avoid making the tense situation worse, refrain from acting in the heat of the moment. You need a great deal of time and patience for talking things over to clear matters up. Today's the kind of day to make your own lunch and bring it to work in a brown paper bag. Then when the madness gets to be a bit much, you can take a walk to a park and eat in peace. You come under intense scrutiny and react badly to criticism you might receive from people you care about most. Emotional outbursts lead you to say things you later regret. It is probably best if you try and remove yourself from any tense situation to a quiet place where you're able to reflect on how you feel. You might surprise others with your frank words. Sometimes you are shy and tactful, almost painfully polite. But right now you might not care what other people think about you. You could feel stirred up by something that is happening in your professional environment. You might want to put your foot down and to rebel a little. Your passionate views and fiery energy could inspire others to make some improvements. Expect to feel more outgoing and enthusiastic today. It's not unusual to wake up with a smile on your face and full of energy when there's a vibration in the air. It adds to your creativity, ingenuity, and ability to really enjoy things as they happen. If you enjoy creative activities such as painting, writing, or crafting, this is an excellent time to explore more of what you can express in this way. You are sure to enjoy every minute. Right now, there could be a sense of weariness that you can't put your finger on. This has nothing to do with how much sleep you are getting, how many hours you are working, or how many demands on your time. You are starting to feel the impact of having no planets in retrograde motion since early February, with life running in the fast lane since then and with no passing lanes to pull over into. That is about to change, with Pluto turning retrograde later next week and Mercury early next month. Until then, make the most of any time to simply exhale that you get, and especially over the weekend. Thanks to the moon's departure from your relationship sector yesterday, you are more emotionally engaged and connected as Pluto reaches his last weekend in direct motion here. Already at a near standstill, and with the moon having moved through both your romantic and relationship sectors over the last 7 days, this is a chance to pause and reflect on the emotional journey this has taken you on. Our eyes in the sky. This is a day of revisiting and revising your goals. Keep a journal to make sure that you're on track with your dreams. Creating a vision board can help. Noting what you want to change will be useful, but you might not be able to achieve everything on your list. You could feel a little stuck in life at the moment because every step you take forward is followed by a big step backward. Don't allow yourself to be anxious over your lack of flow. You'll start running soon. Just move at your own pace. Superficial friendships aren't working for you right now. In fact, you might want to take a step back from all the relationships that don't make you feel good about yourself. It's important to embrace those friends who are the real deal and your ride or die. You need to feel the love. Intimacy takes time, but it's worth the energy getting to know someone you care about. Tomorrow's new moon can help you tear down the walls that stand between you and your boo. In the end, it can bring you closer together so you can stand as a unit. The morning will be best spent tending to responsibilities within our work or to our communities. Although this may not be the most exciting time, avoid starting new projects in the hope of sidestepping existing obligations. Worries melt away and we become more oriented to our creative impulses, dreams, and fantasies. Our artistic and spiritual senses are especially potent over the next 2 days, and will fare better with activities that prize imagination over accuracy. If possible, make time for rest, relaxation, and meditation this afternoon. After nightfall, the Pisces Sun sextiles Uranus in Taurus, offering surprises. This transit amplifies the unique personality traits that we ordinarily attempt to cloak or obscure to appear professional or to fit in. Yet who has determined these rules for professionalism? What dictates have we been following that have taught us that conformity is good and ingenuity is problematic? During this aspect, we are hit with a stroke of genius, or experience a serendipitous encounter. A grand plan begins to materialize in our minds, hinting that playing by the rules is actually blocking us from receiving the best of what life has to offer. Follow intuitive hunches and make gambles to align yourself with Kismet. Use feelings of excitement, enthusiasm, and inspiration as a barometer to determine whether you are on the right track. Most of all, sidestep interactions with those who downplay the truth that, at any instant, we have the power to change our lives by changing our minds.